you will stay with us. Thank you. And now we move on. U.S. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says she is in talks with 5 Republican-led states to build a new migrant detention facility modeled after Florida's controversial Alligator Alcatraz. Alligator Alcatraz is a remote migrant detention center which sits some 60 kilometers from Miami in a vast subtropical wetland teeming with alligators, crocodiles, and pythons. Speaking at a press conference in Florida, Noem said the states are looking to replicate the remote detention center. Let's listen into what Noem had to say.
I'm having ongoing conversations with 5 other governors about facilities that they may have. I haven't asked those governors if I can share their names, but announcements will be coming soon. As you all know, we need to double our capacity in detention beds because we need to facilitate getting people out of this country as fast as possible and to sustain our operations. But those governors have been fantastic. I will tell you, they are.
Now we're joined by Jim Rice. He's a professional of international law. Now, what are the potential human rights and humanitarian implications of using remote, high-risk environments for migrant detention, and how could this shape international norms towards migrant treatment, according to you?
That's a very good question. All of this is very new. It's unprecedented in U.S. history. I would argue that it's illegal, it's unconstitutional, and it's certainly a violation of humanitarian law. These individuals have been scooped up. We don't know where they've been apprehended from by anonymous ICE, immigration customs enforcement agents who are masked and heavily armed. They've been brought across state lines to this appalling prison camp, concentration camp in the middle of the Florida Everglades. I was listening to a report by 2 American congresspersons who were describing the conditions of these prison camps. And essentially these individuals are held in cages, 32 prisoners to each cage with 3 toilets. The toilets serve as a toilet where they can use the toilet as well as a sink where they can wash wash themselves and drink from. So there's no privacy at all, and it is without question a violation of humanitarian law, and it is not what America is all about.
Yes, and now how might this U.S.'s approach to migrant detention, exemplified by facilities like Alligator Alcatraz, influence global perception of American immigration policy, especially maybe in South America with large diaspora communities?
Again, this is not the America that I knew. This is not my America. As your viewers might know, if they've seen me before, I grew up and lived in the United States and studied abroad and worked abroad where I am today. And this is unrecognizable. As to your question, which is an excellent one, what it's doing to America's image overseas, it's just incalculable damage. This so-called Alligator Alcatraz. And again, the way that they're using this in this kind of glib way of making fun of this notorious prison in San Francisco and then calling it the Alligator Alcatraz. It just seems to be making fun of people's suffering. And it seems to be the cruelty, inhumanity seems to be the hallmark of the Trump administration. Again, I'm just deeply ashamed that this is happening in the United States. And again, it's very difficult to reconcile this with the America that I once knew.
Thank you very much, Jim Rice, for joining us today and